What up, YouTube? It's your boy Marv Over Matter back with another video. And today what I'm going to talk about is how to do well with women as a handsome but introverted man, right? How to do well with women as a handsome but introverted man. Now, I do want to start off by saying, just going to be completely transparent, completely real about it. You will do better with women if you're extroverted. You are going to do better with women if you are extroverted. If you are the same guy, you look exactly the same, you dress the same, you're the same height, everything. You're the exact same guy, but you're introverted, you're gonna do worse with women than if you were extroverted. Simply because of what I said in one of my last videos, and that is because you will have far more exposure with women as an extroverted man. You will interact with many more women. You will talk to many more women. Many more women will see you because you will probably be out and about. And just around more women. You're gonna have more friends that can introduce you to more women. You're gonna you know what I mean? It's just everything about your life is gonna just give you more exposure because you're looking for exposure. You're extroverted. You're looking for attention. You're looking for interactions. You're looking for engagement. Like, you're looking for all these things, so you're gonna find it. And you're gonna get more women in the process. But that does not mean you can't do well with women as an introverted man. You just have to go about it a little bit differently. So, obviously, dating apps are gonna be your friend as an introverted man. As any man, dating apps can be your friend if you do it right. But as an introverted man, dating apps are really going to help you because you don't have to it doesn't take a lot of social energy to send a hi, you know what I mean, or to send an opening message, to send a like, to get a message sent to you and you just respond to it. It doesn't take a lot of social energy, and that's the thing that with extroverts they say is what is hard, makes it hard to interact. Right now, me personally, I'm gonna say this, and I know the science might prove otherwise, but this is my own personal experience. For me, I've noticed that in times where I had much more confidence, I felt more extroverted. In times where in my mindset I felt better about myself, I felt better in interacting with other people. It was less energy draining. It was less anxiety, less all of that. Right? In times where I felt like I was not confident, like there was things in my mind that was like, you know, working against me, whatever it is, it felt harder to speak to people. Now, that could be shy and introverted are not necessarily the same things. So that could have just been me being shy because I didn't feel good, and really maybe I'm an extrovert that just was shy. But I felt like moments where I was introverted, or I related to what they say about introverts, it really came as a lack of confidence. And then I remember, like, there's specific times in my life during, you know, when I first got to college, I felt really extroverted. I just felt like, oh, I was in a new environment. Like, I really wanted to go explore and talk to people and, you know, do all this, whatever it is. And then when I got out of my long-term relationship and I was like, okay, look, I'm going to just go and talk to women. And I really want to talk to people in general. I had moved back home for a little bit because it was during the pandemic. So I had like no bills really. I had extra money from the unemployment. So I felt like I financially was very, very good. I had not really a lot of responsibility. I just felt like I was in the best shape of my life. I was in the best shape of my life because I had a lot of time to focus on that and feed my body the right way and get the rest that I needed. So I was in really, really great physical condition. My skin was amazing. I was getting haircuts on point. Like, I was just on point. So my confidence was way up and I felt way more extroverted. I was also in my hometown. So like, I was more familiar with it. I was more familiar with the people, the culture. So all that played a part in my mental. It made me feel more confident, but it also made me act in a more extroverted way. So I will say that. So if you might not be introverted, you might just not be in a good position in your life. Right? And you need to fix some things. You need to work on some things to get good with yourself, to feel better about yourself. And then it'll help you be more extroverted. Right? So I do want to say that. But back to, if you are genuinely introverted and you're super confident, you just don't have the energy to interact with people. If that is something that applies to you, then, or if you are shy, then yeah, dating apps are going to be helpful because you don't really have to put yourself out there. So by the time you see the girl in person, by the time you're hanging out with the girl in person, you already know she's into you, right? So you don't have to waste a lot of energy trying to figure out, oh, does this girl like me, right? All that social anxiety you might get, whatever it is that holds you back from being extroverted and outgoing, you won't have to deal with that as much because you've already done most of that stuff before the date. So you got that out the way. So now you're on the date and it's really just like, it should be easy. She should be making it easy to talk to you. She should be, you know what I'm saying? Like it's clear y'all like each other already. Right? So then it's just an easy one-on-one conversation. Now, when it comes to real life, when you go out, you still need to go out. Like, you still need that exposure. Girls still have to see you. You still have to be around them in order for anything to happen, right? So you still got to go out on the nightlife. You still got to go out and do activities. You still got to be around women if you want to do well with women. But what you can do is team up with somebody who is extroverted, right? If you have friends, and I feel like this typically happens, extroverts and introverts become good friends because the extrovert gets to talk and, you know, be their loudest self, and the introvert's kind of like just cool with listening and just easy to be around. Like that's the benefit of being introverted. You're easy to be around. So like for these extroverted people, there's usually a team up. Like you have an extroverted friend. You have an extroverted friend. You'll probably get along really well. So it's like hang out with that dude, go out with that dude. If it can be 3 of y'all, 4 of y'all, and you know, 2 of them are extroverted, 2 of y'all introverted, whatever, 3 of them extroverted, as long as you are out with somebody who will be able to go, be charismatic, draw the attention of the women, get them over to you. That is what you want. So if y'all don't even have to talk, that's why if a bunch of athletes just go out and they're all tall, like the girls are gonna start coming around them. All you need is one of them to be kind of social, kind of talkative. He just talked to one of them, boom, bring them all in. Like that's all you need. You need somebody who's gonna be able to bring them in. That's gonna make it a lot easier for you, because once this guy warms them up with his charisma, his charm, he does the icebreaker, he got the ladies laughing, whatever, they come over. If you're handsome and they see you, they're gonna be like, "Oh, who's that?" They're gonna be curious. You can be on your phone, it doesn't matter. They're gonna be curious about who you are. You don't have to talk a lot. You just gotta be seen. You have to have the exposure, and then obviously know how to carry a conversation, know how to, you know, interact after that. But in order to get the interaction going, that's the problem for introverted guys. But that's a solution, is if you hang out with people, or at least a person who's good at interacting with people, really outgoing, loves to do it, you know what I'm saying, they'll do it regardless. They can draw them in for you, and then you do your thing after that. Because at that point, it's basically social circle, which leads me into the next point. Social circle, that's going to be great for you. Have friends. Just have friends that are, like I said, extroverted, and they can bring you to other places, right? So if you have a friend who's social, a lot of people like them, a lot of people hang out with them, and they're like, "Oh, I got invited to this 4th of July cookout. Come with me." Go with them. I know as an introvert, you might want to stay home, but if you want to do well with women, you need to be exposed to women. And celebrations, gatherings, that's a great place to meet women. Go to a cookout with this friend that is cool with everybody, right? He might have you hopping, right? You go from one cookout to the next cookout to the next cookout, all because he knows 3 different people that's throwing cookouts, and now you got exposed to 3 different groups of women. That's a lot of exposure. See, he would have done that anyways because he knows all these people, because he's super extroverted. But as an introvert who's friends with him, you also will get that exposure. You know what I'm saying? If you go along with him, if you tag along, right? If you're not going to go out and make the connections and make the interactions yourself, at least make a connection with somebody who will. It's a team thing, right? And if you're the handsome one, the girls are going to be likely to, you might be able to draw some of the girls in a bit more, or they might be more receptive to his charisma because they see that he's with you, right? So it works together. Y'all working together. It's not just you're not a leech. Y'all working together, but it's like, let him do the things that he's good at, and then y'all can share in the gatherings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a story that's kind of like that, where a friend of mine, he invited me to it was a 4th of July like pool party, like house pool party, and he brought me there, and it was like all he really needed to do was bring me there. He was meeting a girl there, and you know, he introduced me to her, he introduced me to her sister, and then we were just there. We're around, I'm talking to different people, they're coming to talk to me. Now granted, I wasn't being super social, but I had my shirt off, body game, right? And so I just looked good. So his girl ended up starting like rubbing on my chest, right? I'm over talking to one of the baddest girls there. Dude's coming up to me like, "Yo, you was talking to her? Like, how'd you start talking to her?" Whatever. It was easy. It was smooth. As I'm leaving, it's a girl giving me crazy eyes. Like, I'm getting the exposure to what's going on because what's around me, right? Because I'm in the place. But he was the one that was social. He's the one that knew the girl, that knew the person that was throwing the party. If it was up to me at the time, I would have just stayed at the crib on 4th of July. I would just been at the crib. But I went out, you know what I'm saying? I went out to go and enjoy and be around people, and I was single, so I was like, all right, let me be around women. I want to be around women. It's 4th of July, it's a beautiful day. Let's go out and be out. And that's what you need to do. So as an introverted man, and that's another thing. It should be enjoyable for you to be talking to women, for you to be engaging with women, introvert or extrovert. Like, I get you might not want to interact in certain social situations that require a lot of schmoozing and require a lot of like small talk and require a lot of, you know, whatever it is. But flirting and banter with a girl and like y'all talking dirty to each other, like that shouldn't fall into the same category as like social interaction, right? So you should enjoy the interactions you have with women. If you don't, that's something else. I don't know what else that is, but that's not introversion, right? That's like, it's built in us to want to interact with women in that way. It's built in us to want to do all that, all the fun parts of it. There's nobody who just doesn't like that, who that's draining for. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. That's you being shy and having a lack of confidence in yourself, so you're uncomfortable in the situation. But even a dude that doesn't like to talk a lot, if a girl's talking dirty to him, he's gonna be like, especially in the beginning, maybe along the lines in a relationship, as you go along, you might get tired of it, whatever. But new novel situation, you're not gonna be like, I don't like when girls flirt. I don't like when girls do this. This is so draining to me. Like, that's something else. So that's some personal work you need to do. But as far as like, if you're actually introverted and just initiating interactions with people is draining or like kind of challenging to you, hang out with somebody that is really good at doing that. That's going to be helpful. And you're going to have friends. You're going to have multiple friends. So all those friends can lead you to a bunch of different pathways. It's not all about cold approaching. It's not all about pulling up on girls like that. Only some dudes are going to be good at that. There's only some dudes that are going to be good at that. It just is what it is. Confidence plays a key. I'm going to do a video on that too. Confidence plays a key, because I always talk about like not cold approaching and how it doesn't really lead to anything. But it can lead to things. Your confidence level plays a large part in it. It's still not going to be as successful as high percentage, I guess, as if you kind of let the girls show you something first and then you interact with them. That's still going to do better percentage wise. You're still going to have better interactions that way. But you can be successful with cold approaching. You can have some success, right? You can have some success. And guys who are really, really charismatic, it's only going to be a few. Guys who are even like on YouTube, you see a bunch of guys doing cold approaches, going up to girls, talking to girls, all this stuff. And you can tell the difference, right? Somebody who's like mad good at it, like so good, is E-Man. E-Man is good at it. Like, the girls are enjoying talking to him. You can see it's smooth, it's relaxing, right? The girls are comfortable, they're laughing. There's people who are really good at it. And then there's mediocre people, right? You watch it and it's like, okay, he got the number, right? The interaction was okay. It was all right. You know what I mean? The girl was like kind of into it, kind of not. I'm not really sure, right? He got the number. Like, those type of situations, that's what most guys are going to have. And this is why I say cold approaching is not that effective, because most of the time it's going to be like that. And then from there, it's like, depends kind of where you are, right? But I'm going to talk about that in another video. But yeah, so be cool with people who are extroverted and they can bring you places. And all you really got to do is show up. Let them do their thing, right? You look good. If you draw some women in because you look good, cool. They're going to draw some women in because they're charismatic and funny and all that stuff. And bam, as a team, as a tandem, y'all could do well, right? So that's a great way to get women and be successful with women as an introverted man, along with the dating apps, right? As long as you are willing to pay for those and you're willing to get like photo shoots done for those. I saw a video recently where a girl it was a TikTok. This nigga. There's a crazy dude that rides around. I don't know if he's on a bike. I don't know what it is, but bro be riding around my neighborhood, honking the horn. Oh, he's passing out like snacks or whatever, but it's annoying. But yeah, I'm about to wrap this up, but here we go again. Yeah, so basically the girl was swiping through. There he goes. Y'all see him in the back? Yeah, bro, just be honking the horn at the worst times. But yeah, she was swiping through. And there was a guy that was like 6'3", had a boat, had a car. He had photo shoot. Abs was crazy. Body was, and it was crazy, right? And then there was a bunch of other regular guys, and obviously that was the only profile she liked. That's the one that stood out because he put a lot of effort and he had all the attributes. He had the money, he had the lifestyle, he had the height, he had the looks, he had everything that she liked. So he got the like, but she went through other dudes. Even other dudes, she was like, oh yeah, he's cute, but she still would swipe left because the whole profile wasn't there, right? So if you're gonna put the effort into the, he's moving down the street now. So if you're gonna put the effort into it, right? You're gonna pay for it, do the photo shoots. Then dating apps are gonna be another really solid way for you as an introverted man to do well with women. So I gotta get out of here because bro's annoying. But yeah, that's the video for today, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Drop some more topics in the comment section. I got my coaching calls in the description box. Definitely hit me up on that. I dropped the prices. I made it more reasonable, so hopefully more of y'all will come out and get some help. And you know, because y'all be asking a lot of questions in the comments, but like I always say, I can't really give you detailed advice unless I have detailed information, and we're not going to be doing that back and forth over the comments. So check out the coaching calls. And I got my Instagram in the description box, and y'all know what it is. It's mind over matter, Marvel over matter. Let's get it.